Hey everyone, so I'm going to do a care video today showing how I take care of my boas. This here, giving me a kiss on the cheek, is Aphrodite. She is my possible super hypo from Royal Constrictor Designs. These are my boa files here. I'll back up a little. These are the, I want to say 421Ds, and also with pedestals. They are 4 feet wide by 2 feet deep and 11 inches tall. I got mine equipped with locks. There. And also with fluorescent lighting. Now, neither of these are required, but it's just something that I went with my first stack and just loved. I did have to put in my own fluorescent lighting on this one, as this one did burn out and I wasn't able to find the same bulb. They also have 1.5 foot flex watt heat tape underneath each one. I fill them with aspen bedding. You do never want to use pine, especially as it does have toxins in the wood that is toxic to reptiles. So I use aspen. For my thermometers and also for my, I want to say, hydrometers, I use this nifty little guy. I was able to find these at Bed Bath & Beyond, but they do have their own website. It should just be homes.com. They're $20 a piece, unless you can find them on sale. Now these do have, they will show you the temperature of the cord that's running underneath the aspen, and it's over on under that hide over there, which is the hot spot on top of the heat tape. It also shows the temperature of the air where this device is, which is good just to keep the ambient temp. This is the humidity right now. It's very low because the door's been open. Typically it's going to be around 40 to 60%. Here's one that hasn't been open today. You can see it's at 61% right now for humidity. For water dishes, I like to use Sterilite containers. This is a small one, which I would use for my babies. That's Mason over there, just chilling on a pillow. For my adults, I use larger Sterilite containers. That one needs to be replaced. You can see the marks on the side here are actually on the inside of it from its hard water residue. I usually replace them, every couple months is usually how long it takes before that residue starts to show up. She's all over right now. Aphrodite is just a big lover. Hi, that's my eye. Yep, okay. And this is what she does 9 times out of 10 when I'm holding her. Hi, baby. I've had her since she was just a few months old, and she's been held by children and adults both. She's very friendly. I try to do that with all my snakes, just so that by the time that they are big beasties, like Sebastian here, they won't be aggressive. However, Sebastian is aggressive because he was one of my rescues. He or she was one of my rescues, hadn't been handled in about a year. So that didn't go well, but we are working with him. This is Ivy, sitting on top of her hide. I try to have anywhere between 2 and 3 hides per cage. She's sitting on top of hers right now. And you can see she has 2 others over here. You don't have to have anything fancy. She actually prefers her little Rice Krispie treats box. I also have wood pieces in here. These are all from our own backyard. We live by a river surrounded by a forest, so it was very easy to find wood pieces. What I do is I bring them in and I scrub them, get all the bark off. So these are all completely smooth. Just in the bathtub with a rough sponge, and then I rinse them off, and then I actually bake them at about 250 to 300 degrees I check them every 15 to 20 minutes, but I do bake them for at least an hour. And that is because I did bring in a hunk of wood one winter, thinking that the cold weather would have been enough just to kill everything that might have been burrowed into it, and it wasn't. And it burrowed out into the cage that I had it in. And suddenly I had these little flying bugs in one of my cages. That was not fun. Thankfully they weren't harmful. And I do keep the temperatures. On the hot side, I try to keep it right around 100 degrees just because it's reading at the actual surface level, not at the aspen level. So when here, it's probably about 92 underneath, about 1.5 inches of aspen is going to be the 100 degrees. They typically do not burrow down, but the 100 degrees is not going to be too bad because it's only in this little area right here. When clear over here, it's not warm one bit. It's probably this 76 degrees. Plus, they're all benefiting from each other. The heat is going to be rising. Close to my cages, I do like to keep some flashlights. And then I also have just the keys up on top. I also have heavy-duty, these are just garden gloves. Their teeth aren't going to go through this unless they are adults, and they might. I don't know because I haven't been bit by one while wearing these. It's kind of just a precaution. If I see that maybe Sebastian or another one of my feisty ones is Wolf in there. You probably can't see him. You can see the couch, though, in the background. They have struck out at me. I have been bitten twice by Sebastian here, who is a full-grown adult. I want to say he is over 6 feet now. And he packed a wallop, but it didn't hurt that bad. I was surprised. So I'm going to come over here and see Mason. Hello, Mason. Say hello. Close enough. Everyone's pretty full still from their meals. I just fed my younger snakes just got fed, let's see, the 10th. I'll probably feed them again this upcoming weekend. And then my adults were fed on Sunday, and they eat every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on the size of meal. Full-grown adult boas should be on jumbo rats, if not larger, depending if it's a male or female. I'm not sure if I will ever feed rabbits or guinea pigs. I actually have Sebastian here on, this is outdoor carpet, and he also has his aspen side. I was just finding that he's so big, and this is what makes me think he's a female, even though I was told it's a male several years ago. He was having a lot of difficulty once he got bigger, moving around solely on the aspen, so I switched him half and half to the carpet. And he just seems to be a lot more calm now that he's able to really get a good grip on that. If he does poop or pee on the carpet, I do have to replace the entire piece, but it was only about $2 per section. And I believe it was a 4 foot by 2 foot piece, so it's perfect. You can buy that at, Menards, Home Depot, probably even Walmart. For some of these hides, these black hides that you see here, these are actually just like kitchen bins that I cut, and then I did sandpaper the edges so that they would not be sharp. And they're just flipped upside down. And they work really well for the adults here, just because big actual, big hides like this, made out of wood, this one cost me upwards of $50, $60. And you combine that with all the boas, and it starts to add up. So instead, improvised, these cost probably $2 or $3 a piece. So definitely a big improvement. And I have all my thermometer / hydrometers up with double-sided Velcro, actually, which works really well. In case I ever want to move them, they will come off. It's Velcro, so. And they're just stickied on there. You probably can't see that. they're just sticky on there and they come off pretty easily then. But it's an easy way just to keep them secured. And the wire, or the cord for it, just runs along the length here. I do have it secured down. Let's see if I can't find a piece. I can't. It's all over the place. I use black duct tape just to keep it down. It will stick if you don't let there be any dust from the aspen or any aspen pieces in the way. And it will stick if you use a big enough piece. A lot of people are against using tape inside of snake cages because the snakes will get the tape on them and then it can just be, you know, possibly even hazardous to them. I have never had this problem and I've been doing this for years now. So I think if you use a big enough piece, you put it on a clean surface, it's not going to come up. I would not recommend using something like Scotch tape or things like that. Just duct tape, something good and strong. And then I also just label all my cages. Oh, you can see her right there. That's Eleanor. She's my Argentine boa. I got her last summer from the Reptile Expo in Bloomington, Minnesota. We are planning on going to Tinley Park this fall, probably in October, for 2013 show. That'll be fun. Yeah, and that about sums it up. So thanks for watching.